And now, Freelance Heroism presents Dragon Heist.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel. No, excuse me. No, wait. That's not right. I'm not Rachel. I'm Nate. Rachel is on vacation. She has turned over the reins to us. Ooh.
Rachel is on assignment in Ukraine. Anyway, before we get started, I just want to take a second to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, would you wait a minute? Nate, would you like to say who they are, or should I do it because I have the list?
I have the list too. I can do it. I'm proactive. We would like to thank Rebecca, Duncan, Breakmeister, Orient _ Tiger, Chris Sones, and this douchebag named Nate. Thank you for donating at the producer tier. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it, except for that one guy.
Yeah. Oh, so we were going to do a lot of shit talking, I think, as part of this intro.
Everyone says that, but I only shit talked one time, and it was in response to a shit talk. So like, I don't know where. See, this is about this personality trope that because I played Kaeviir, they've put it on me.
Oh, I see.
I'm some asshole, but I'm a really sweet guy.
Well,
I don't know what the fuck these assholes are talking about. I don't know what kind of shit gets into these fucking dipshit brains of theirs.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
But we are going to shit talk something. We've been licking our chops to shit talk this, and the thing we're going to shit talk about is, what is it?
That's the best drum roll I could muster. Sorry.
We're going to shit talk Lost Ark because, oh my God, do we not get it?
Emperor's New Clothes.
Is that what we're going with? Okay.
I don't know what the fuck people are talking about when they say this game is great. I don't know what they're talking about, Nate.
I wish I could understand the hype. I even had one of my friends reach out to me over Messenger while I was out getting groceries earlier this evening. And he was like, hey, so have you played that game Lost Ark, or have you heard about it? And I just kind of went, yeah, I have. Why? And he's not a PC, or he doesn't have access to his PC right now. For him. Yeah, but I said and I kind of rattled off all the things. So ultimately, let's just for a moment we'll gloss over the fact that it had a shit-tacular rollout. Right,
but I mean look, games have bad rollouts all the time.
I mean you can potentially excuse that, except in this case I don't think you can, because it wasn't like this game was brand new. It's been out for 3 years, so how the fuck do you not know how to make it work?
Right.
But again, we'll gloss over that.
Right.
Let's just talk about the game itself. So the first big issue that I personally had with it hit me in about the first 4 or 5 minutes, and that was the voiceover acting. Now, I realized that this was a Korean ARPG that has been westernized.
Right.
And so ultimately all of the voiceovers have, of course, been re-recorded in English for the North American audience. I don't know. I mean, I really do like voice acting. I think it's great. I really actually do focus on voice actors and video games and cartoons.
I love voice actors too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge follower like John DiMaggio and Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson, and just
Rob
the list.
Paulson's my dude.
Yeah, I know. The list just goes on and on. Male and female voiceover actors. Tress McNeil,
fantastic.
Like the biggest.
Yeah.
Everybody's great. I don't know. They must have got it at Bob's Discount VO or Us. I don't know. And I don't want to shit on voiceover actors, because I think it is a great profession.
You can shit on people who do their job poorly. Look, there's this thing where it's like you're not supposed to be negative people. Sometimes you just did a bad job.
You just did a bad job. And I don't know if it's because they phoned it in, or
I don't think you're
what.
a bad person. I think you did a bad job. That's fair.
Yeah, but like the story starts out and you're with this priest, right? And this priest is effectively leading an expedition onto...
I don't know what the fuck that guy was doing. I don't know if he was like coming down off a helium binge or what his deal was, but
it was
his voice is all over the place.
It was all over the place, and I automatically just wanted his character to die in the first couple of minutes, because it was It wasn't that his script was bad. It's just the way he was voice acting the character. It sounded like a grown-up Bobby Hill. It was very,
But I mean,
and I'm just like, if you're going to whine this entire game, I'm going to let the monsters kill you. Fuck off. I just
okay.
could not
So
do it.
I want to do one next.
So you go next.
All right. So my major gripe within the first few minutes of it wasn't. I thought it was going to be the control scheme. I thought point and click games. I thought this is going to be wonky. It's slow and it's going to make PvP a piece of shit. And mobile classes that fire like spells at range are going to be impossible to manage. And I thought that was going to be the thing that bothered me. But surprisingly, that wasn't that bad. And I was able to adapt to that relatively quickly. And I'm pretty certain I could have played PvP with it, even though I think it's a bad way to do the game. I think, sure, why not? That being said, there were some hotkey issues, right? So like most things can be hotkeyed, right? Almost everything really can be hotkeyed.
Yeah.
Except for some things. So I don't understand what the distinction between the things you can and can't were, other than the fact that the things that you absolutely would want to remap, you can't. That seems to be the only distinction between so like all of the input commands for your moves, you can move around, put them on whatever the fuck you want, right?
Yep.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
You can swap back and forth between left as being like the where you click on the map to move to or drag, and then the other one being the attack. I think that's a smart move, and certain people have a different, vibe about which one of those feels right on which hand.
Yeah,
that's good. But they have, in most games, they have what they call an interact button, right? And I'm certain you guys have played video games where you have to like open a door. So you have to interact with the thing. Usually on PlayStation, it's triangle, though sometimes it has been square and, whatever. And then sometimes press A to open this door or whatever for Nintendo consoles. The idea, though, that on a PC that you could remap every other control except for that one input makes no sense whatsoever to me. It doesn't compute.
Right.
And my thing is that I have a hand controller that I use for playing MMOs and first-person shooters, right? Whenever I play a PC game that requires control WASD, I remap to up, down, left, right, and I have this tournament edition Nostromo controller. It's a fucking really expensive professional-grade controller that they use for all kinds of games. I like to have all of my buttons on my mouse or on my hand controller, right?
Right.
And you can't do it, because it won't let you remap it, and it's one of the keys that's not on either the mouse or that. It's like a strip down the center of the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, it's insane.
Right. Because you point and click, of course, WASD is not used for movement. So instead they use what is it, QWER and ASDF for your moves, I think, right? For your special. And then G is your interact button. So like every other game I've ever played where that's been the option. So for example, we've been working on Elder Scrolls Online, right?
Right.
What's the button you use to interact with things? The E key. Very easy, because if you're WASD to move, the E key is right there. You can either shift up from D or shift over from W. It's very natural. Yeah. This is the G key. It's in the fucking middle of the keyboard.
It's ridiculous. And then also on top of that, the potions are all up on the F keys, which you can remap those, but yeah, you got to go over 3 sets of keys to get to your potion. That just doesn't seem right. Everything about it was just very frustrating. They had a bunch of other keys that were locked out too, but I didn't play far enough to get to any of those, because the interact key, the one you use to click on shit, I had to use. Okay, so I had everything else mapped, but then in order to open a door or to climb a ladder or to fucking, do anything really, I had to take my hand off of my controller in the dark, find my G key on the fucking keyboard and press it. So anytime I open a door, that takes like an extra 20 seconds, which is a nightmare. And it's just like, that's just a problem. It's not the thing that made me stop playing it, but it started the free fall.
It certainly was. I mean, you can adjust in any game, but that is such a non-obvious out of left field kind of switch to move so many things way over towards the middle of the keyboard, and then
it was
not being
arbitrary.
It was very arbitrary.
And then on top of it being arbitrary, the not allowing it to be remapped feels like you drew a line in the sand for no fucking reason other than to be a bastard.
Right.
So
and you know, go. What, you have another?
We
one?
don't want to focus too long on anything.
Yeah,
there's a lot to go.
There's
over.
a lot to go over.
The next thing I thought was pretty shitty was the game looks like dog shit.
It's not. I mean, for an isometric view, I thought that, like, you know, the buildings and the environment, and especially a lot of the cut. Well, I mean, all things being equal, it was not bad. That was not a turn off to me. And the cut scenes were okay, but the character rendering. The first thing I noticed, there's a cut scene. The beard. There's a scene where I can't remember, was it a pirate or a king? So there's
a pirate.
So there's this pirate talking to you, right? And he's got this bushy red hair on his head that's kind of slicked back and a bushy red beard. And he turns his head to the right to look at another character, and his head moves, but his beard stays like attached to his chest. So it's like silly putty that just bends around, and you could see gaps in between where the hair and the face, you know, like should connect, like the scalp.
Yeah.
And just the textures and everything was like super glossy and shiny, and it just was. I'm like, for a game that is released in 2022, this seems like it's a 10-year-old game already to me.
It's gross. And
it really,
The thing was that another thing about just visually that got me is I thought the game, like when you first see it, doesn't look so bad. Yeah, the cutscenes got rough. And then the thing that I started to notice, like almost immediately after doing some like kind of free walking around, was that anybody who wasn't you on the map, like any character that you were not in control of, moved at like 3 frames a second. Right? They were like, it looked like a flip book.
Everything looked stuttery, and they kind of moved like this really weird, almost run in place kind of thing.
It was
and it was
very gross. Like I saw a guy swing a hatchet, and I swear to God, I saw him lift it up, and then it made contact with something, and then it was back in his hand again. Yeah. That was the entire animation. And I was just like, I have this thing running on optimal settings, right? Literally, the slider doesn't go any further. This is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and this is not good enough for me. And look, if this were like a cell phone game, right? Or if it were played on the iPad or some shit like that, you were playing it at the DMV or something.
Yeah.
I get it. It'd be a great game if that's the case.
Yep.
But we're talking about a full console release. This is MMO, they say.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to play this for 800 hours and not be pissed off? Yet you made quality of life insane. The menus are fucking batshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
there is one of the current big popular reviews on. So for the record, when this game was released, at the moment it was released, it had a 100% rating, highly, extremely positive on Steam.
It was 96 when I saw it.
It is now down to 71.
Yeah, and it was 78 earlier today.
Yeah, it's continuing to drop, but somewhat, and I think these are all great points. Storyline might as well not exist. It's incredibly boring and unimagined. Great.
Who gives a shit about it, right? You're just here to chop shit up with a fucking blade.
Yep, the zones are very pretty, but completely forgettable and very narrow feeling with names I'll never remember. The hitbox size on in-game assets makes the world feel plastic.
It's ridiculous.
The mobs in the world are basically there for decoration. They have 0 lethality or threat and usually come in packs of 3 to 6. They don't aggro well, move slow, so gathering a massive pack is not easy. And I noticed that because as a ranged character, kind of trying to move around and get things to herd into it just did not work right. Monsters reward 2 experience per kill. That's it. There are 20 different UI menus, none of which have a similar theme. None of them are organized the same way. Yeah, every menu has sub-menus, all of which look and function differently, which makes the entire game feel cluttered and meaningless, which I agree with.
Look, hold on, before we move on to the next part, that's the thing. I've been saying that about lots of games, but in particular Capcom. Capcom has just gotten a fucking free ride through making their games with, great games, terrible menus. Right?
Yep.
Even games that I really genuinely like. I thought Ninja Gaiden's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
fucking series of games ever. It's fucking fantastic. But the menus are dog shit.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
UI
Capcom
is dog
just-
shit. Yeah.
The Capcom menus are bad. They're always bad.
Yep.
And just take some time, guys. Like, you guys make great games. Take some time, figure out how to make a rectangle not look like shit.
Yeah.
How hard is that? And just nobody complains about it. So it's just they continue to look like shit and getting worse and worse. And so that's what this game is, just bad when it comes to organization.
Yeah. I mean,
You
you
have a settings widget in the bottom that doesn't open the settings. It opens the game menu. And then in the game menu, there's a widget that says settings. And then you open that, and then there's sub settings in there. But by the way, they're not on the little widgets on the bottom anymore. Now they're on the left side.
Yep.
And each one of those has a scroll window in there.
Yep.
What?
I don't get it.
Give me a break.
Every single NPC you talk to forces you into a mini cutscene. You must click G for every sentence, so you can't like click through things. You can't skip around it.
You can't remap it.
Can't remap it. You know, if you think WoW quests are boring, these are worse than or on par with Black Desert Online.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. The armor gear in the game might as well not exist. Every item has the exact same stats. A level 1 sword will have the exact same stats as a level 30 sword, just higher. The model will change twice over the course of those 30 levels. Secret dungeons are nothing more than small, quick loot grabs. Giant world bosses are fun for the first 5 minutes. The remaining 15 minutes will make you want to claw your eyes out. But this is, I think this sentence Lost Ark is incredibly bland. It is a very fancy mobile MMO.
Right.
I don't hate it. I don't even really dislike it, especially since it's free. I simply do not get all of the praise or hype this game is receiving, period.
This is what I think
that
happened.
is, yes.
The artist fallacy, right?
Okay.
Okay. I don't even know if this is a thing, but I'm gonna coin it now.
Sure. All right.
Right. So somebody paid somebody to say this game was good. I know how that works. They pay streamers to play the game for a month or whatever. Everybody talks about how great this game's going to be. They cash a fat check from Amazon. I understand, right? I don't begrudge any of them. I don't think there's some like ethical fucking thing that they have to. If you don't like the game, you don't like the game. But if you need the paycheck, you need the paycheck. Whatever. I understand, right?
Yep.
So you're with me so far.
Yep.
Now, everybody that has a favorite big name streamer wants to play this game, right? Because the streamer has hyped it up for them.
Sure.
They've advertised, they're saying, I'm going to be playing this. And they're all like, well, if this guy thinks it's good, it must be good. So they all get hyped up for this game's release. Then it comes out. They're all like, I don't really get it. But all of these other people seem to get it. And I don't want to look stupid. I love this.
I don't know though, because there's another thing here that says someone said a random player in game chat said, this is the most boring MMO I have ever played in my life. But for some reason I can't stop playing it. And I don't know why.
Because you've been peer pressured.
Well, it said so for, skip the queue. Remember, I didn't even get into the naming system. Your names are not, in other words, if someone names their character on the region server, not just the individual game server, but it's blocked across an entire region, which makes no sense because people were stuck trying to.
It's because they're going to do server merges once everybody
quits. That's a good. I didn't even think about that, but you're probably right.
That's exactly what it is.
But this guy said, the only thing I can figure is that it is a sunk cost fallacy because I paid for the founders version of it. He goes,
but a lot of people didn't. This is what I'm saying. I think the only way to justify this many people suffering this large a cultural delusion is that they don't want to be the one to be like, this isn't good and have the horde turn against them.
Yeah,
but it's true. This game sucks ass. This game is not good. Look, the hype is going to die out fast. It's going to. I mean, look, you can't fake the funk forever. You know what I mean? You can fake a funk for a weekend. You're not going to fake a funk for a year.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
And compare
this game's
that.
got a month on it before it starts to stink to high.
You think a month? I don't know if I give it that long. Here's
a day for me, not even a full day.
Not
and
even 2 hours.
I gave it the first hour and a half that we played on the stream,
which was bad. Yeah.
And then later on that night, I figured I'd come back to it when the server wasn't so busy, right? When it was in the 2 or 3 in the morning, when the majority of people are not playing, right?
Right.
And I hopped on and it's still a piece of shit. And I tried a different class. I tried I will say this, character customization screen, bad as fuck. I love that thing.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah, I will. I
liked the character customization screen. I even like the moves and the style of the design for the characters. I like the class builds and everything. But this needed to be built like Diablo. It needed to let you remap whatever the fuck you wanted. And it needed to, I don't know, get a fresh coat of paint.
Something.
Some kind of increase the frame rate on background characters and make enemies not fucking brain dead.
Right.
This game feels like the kind of thing that you would do and then you'd get 15 cents of Google Play Store credit. You know what I mean? If you do this for an hour, and we'll give you 30 cents to buy your next app.
Right. Or play it for 2 weeks and we'll give you a $5 Amazon gift card or something.
It's just
very mobile,
not good.
And I sum it up this way. It's a bad game, and there's nothing to build on. You can't fix that. New World, the game we're playing right now, is a game that's got a lot of bugs, but the bones are really good.
That's the thing, is that the people that ran out on New World, right, are now the ones that are hopping on this fucking piece of shit train.
They won't be on it for long.
This one's not it's not redeemable. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
The other game is redeemable.
Nope.
The only way to redeem this game is to fundamentally change the input structure, the way you can hotkey things, the enemy difficulty. The art's good. I'll give them the art.
Yeah.
I thought the cutscene system is good, where you go into a fucking new location and you get a cutscene with characters delivering a story, but the story they're delivering is shit.
It's like blah blah blah. You might as well have just been making the Charlie Brown teacher noise.
Just go in there, be like, holy shit, bad guys.
Yeah,
that would have been better. It would have been better. I mean, it's just because it would have been faster, I think, is the point. The story, if it would still be just as irrelevant, but we have had less voice acting.
You would have gotten to the action faster.
Yeah.
Well,
even Capcom with its bad menus knows to do that. I love it, Capcom, but your menus fucking suck.
Yes.
They suck. They're like Captain D's. The menu sucks. Sorry.
Wow. Well, there goes our sponsorship from Captain D's.
Captain D's nuts. Get the fuck out of here.
We were supposed to do we're doing a podcast, right? I think we.
Yeah. I think it's a 45-minute intro.
God, I hope not. Well. Anyway, thank you for suffering this old white man hour. We appreciate you.
Download that game. Don't add to the problems.
Yes, that's right. Don't reward. I don't even say don't reward mediocrity, because mediocrity, I think, is being too generous there. But
mediocre would have been fine.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we will go in finally to this week's episode of Dragon Heist, entitled "You've Got Mail."
What?
Is that not the episode?
Oh yeah, no. I was waiting for the pun.
I thought you were going to come up with it. Oh shit.
No, I was.
Should we redo that?
Nope.
Okay.
Later. We'll all become rappers, right? Rachel, what's your rap name gonna be?
I don't think I'm gonna be a rapper.
Lil Ducky. Lil Quackums. Rap name.
I think DMD Walk slides right over just fine.
Yeah, that's a good one. DMD Walk.
Old cranky bastard.
Old cranky.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. He kind of made a reference.
Oh wait, we were talking about rap names. I'm sorry.
What is yours, Stace? Say that again.
Big Dick Daryl.
Oh.
Donkey Dick Doug. That one.
All about the
Triple
dick.
D.
About the dick.
Yeah, Donkey Dick Doug, 3D, baby. Coming at you in 3D. You know what I'm saying? Put your goggles on because you're going to need them. 3D goggles. Gross. Okay. Sorry. Rachel, try not to laugh. she had to move her face completely off camera to not laugh on camera. She's like, I don't want to condone this garbage.
Alrighty. I remember where we left off.
I have no fucking clue.
That
I
makes
know.
one of us.
You guys were hunting down the Nibble right through the city. You guys ended up at a villa. Two of you were sneaking around the back while the other one was talking to the guards up front. And the guards called more guards. The one who talked to the guards went around back, found the other two trying to scale the building. One almost slipped, fell. And no, I'm sorry, not almost, did. About this point, you guys decide to watch the house. The guards hit the front, and out the back door, as bad guys would do. Group of them come out. Leader is on a horse, bolts out.
Legolas onto that horse.
Yes, you Legolas onto that horse.
Somebody
Got
stabbed in the
ganked.
ass.
It got ganked. Oops, sorry about that.
I saved that horse, by the way.
Yes, you did.
If by save you mean stab in the ass, yes, you did.
I had no choice.
You had plenty of choices. You could have stabbed it elsewhere. I mean,
Yeah, but stabbing in the ass is the meatiest part of the horse. You ever seen a horse's ass? They're meaty. They have dense, thick, protective meat around their butts.
I am familiar with horses, so
Thick, protective butt meat.
okay. For starters, it's not protective butt meat; it's muscle that the horse requires. Okay, it's muscle.
Is it on their butt?
At least you got the thick part right.
Technically, it's in their thigh, but you know the thigh bone's connected to the ass bone of a horse. So yes, of course it is.
But we're not talking about the bone. We're talking about the meat.
Right.
Hold it, which meat?
The meaty rectal haunches. So yeah, then we all met back up at the crib.
You guys headed back to the crib.
Ursula got away.
Yeah, Ursula got away, wounded. I believe Rain actually caught up with him at one point.
I did. I
followed
found
him. Yep.
Yeah, I
followed him
to the
back.
house.
Met a charming old woman and her
Pet lizard. Was it Chester?
Right.
That
I
wasn't
think
Chester.
so.
Maybe it was Chester.
I know I wrote that down.
Please tell me you wrote it down.
Mr. Kipper.
Mr.
Yes.
Kipper. That's right.
Pulled that shit out of my ass. I don't remember it.
And he gave us all discounts on our auto insurance.
Yes, he did.
And he licked his eye real slow.
15% on your wagon.
I don't ever want to hear you pull a lizard out of your ass, though. Just don't do that.
Out of my meat haunches.
Your thick rectal
Meat haunches. Yeah.
That's the name of the episode. Protective butt meat.
So
I gotta look to see if that's cool. We had a few episodes where we had to look into. Anyway,
so it's passing night as the time goes, and it's
And I got a
sun's
hand.
down, the moon's up.
I met.
Yes, she did.
Evil Victor.
And
Yeah.
that's also she did meet your Victor finally.
we already
in the
looked
open.
at the hand, didn't we? Didn't we do some research on the hand?
I put it in a jar. Apparently.
Right.
Yes.
It's an Alice in Chains song, right? Hand
In
in
the
a
jar.
jar.
So
I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but it's a song about war, I think.
So I think was our plan to get a a long rest and then go to the warehouse?
I certainly hope so, because based on my statistics from the last game, I'm not looking so hot. So perhaps we should.
Okay.
Long rest seems fine.
I would. I got shanked, so I would appreciate a long rest.
As the night falls, the three of you find yourselves healing slowly.
Are you trying to do this like a late night phone chat line?
The return of Dr. Midnight.
60 cents a minute. Dr. Midnight will tell you about how you're slowly healing.
The epidermis begins to seal around the open wound. Right.
Just call 1-900 D&D porn now.
D and 3D. Donkey Dick Doug is here to service all your. Where did I hear Donkey Dick Doug? I know I've heard of that before. I know I've heard someone say that.
I am not Googling it.
I was hoping someone would Google it. Nate, do you want to be on a watch list?
I'm taking one for the team.
Donkey Dick Doug. Where did I see Donkey Dick Doug?
Donkey Dick Doug is a porn star.
Nope, that's not it. It's from a movie. 100% sure it's from a movie.
Donkey.
Like in quotations. Put it in quotations.
Wait. Okay.
Rachel is enthusiastically listening.
I'm so confused.
All right. It appears that Donkey Dick Doug was actually a character in the television show The Good Place.
That's it.
But they had to rename it Donkey Dong Doug. They called it Donkey Dick Doug because Donkey Dong Doug was too raunchy to get past the censors. What?
What?
No, that it had to have been before that, right? Was it from some? There's another donkey. Keep looking. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm telling you, the only other thing where that comes up is multiple porn sites for a porn star called Donkey Dick Doug. And I'm not gonna click that one.
Don't.
Yeah, it's The Good Place is the name of the strip club he dances at. Okay.
Future Rachel, just cut all of that conversation.
Rachel the shit out of that.
It was the guy the guy who dresses like a monk, who was talking about Donkey Dick Doug from back in Jacksonville. That's what it was. Okay. I'm there. Okay. I'm good.
I'm happy to have been of service. Also to the CIA agent who may be following me, I apologize.
He's like, I don't know him from The Good Place, but I do know him. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Just wanted to clear out that rap name.
So, night has fallen.
Mm-hmm.
How are each of you closing the night?
I'm observing the hand, like in the jar.
It kind of moves around the jar as much as it can. But how big is the jar you guys put it in?
It's made for human heads, so relatively.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of tries to walk up one side, slips back down. Does the other side, slips back down. And then just kind of sits there and taps.
Well, it has a lid on it too. So like think like the head jars from Futurama.
Okay.
Right.
Just poke some holes in the lid. Don't forget.
Yeah.
So it can breathe.
So the hand can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yep.
I'd like to believe my medical knowledge is a little higher than that. But it is in there with the fluid to keep it preserved.
Oh, then it's trying to swim its way up and move around now.
Okay. It's gonna try to punch its way to, does that Kill Bill punch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing the backstroke.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of laying back and doing that.
All right. What is Reen doing?
I'm probably going to consult through some of my notes and papers. I'd like to find out if there's any connection between the house that got robbed, the house that this gentleman I saw disappear off into. I'm essentially just trying to get some intelligence on who we might be dealing with.
Okay. The house that you guys got robbed, belongs to a set of nobles. It belongs to Lady Gralhand and her husband. Both of them, normally everywhere they seem up and up, they seem like decent people in the noble district, which pretty much tells you they're not. When they act too clean, they look too clean. Rain, you've learned very well that they're just not. Everyone has a shadow, everyone has a skeleton, and those who hide it the more means it's more deadly to them.
So are we talking that they're fundamentally evil? Are these people like criminal? Are they just hedonist? I mean, is it like all eyes wide shut in that place at night or what?
Yeah, they're like regular criminal or like Fiona Apple criminal.
You know that there's rumors that they've had dealings with the black networks. You're not sure how much dealings, but the rumor is that if you do want to contact the black network in the district, they're the ones normally you would reach out to.
So what would a noble family have to do with the black network? Is it just, I mean, is their wealth and status ill-gotten? Do I know that?
Originally, no, but their goods aren't moving through the market as well as it used to through the docks, but their lifestyle hasn't changed.
And what kind of goods do they deal in?
Normally spices and wine.
Is it good wine?
Normally, you wouldn't find it in the docks being sold. Normally, it would be sold closer to Castle Ward or closer to the North Ward.
So it's a snobby wine. It's not like the Boone's Farm we have back
No,
home.
they don't.
Okay.
This doesn't come in a box.
Oh, well, everyone knows all good wine comes in a box, but there's no accounting for taste.
No, and it gives you something to throw up when you're done.
All right. And then as far as the house where the criminal that fled, what do I know about it? I want to say I recall that we talked about it being a black network stronghold, but I can't recall that for sure. Okay.
It seems to have fallen into their control. The previous owners have pretty much left it abandoned, but it's still functioning. It's still kept up on the outside.
Okay. I think I recall the little old lady had mentioned something about the fact that there were usually people going in and out at all hours. So
Yep. And she's reported a number of times, but somebody seems to be stopping the reports from carrying further.
sweeping it under the rug, as they say. Well, perhaps we could bring in some of our more loyal authorities. Perhaps I probably will pen a note to send to Sergeant
Iron Bitchblade.
Barnabas Blowwind.
Blast Bottom, right? Blast Booger. Bilge Biscuit.
Keep going. You may get it right.
It's Blast Wave, right? Barnabas
right
Blast
now.
Blast
Blister Butt.
Blister Balls. Butt Biscuit. Butt Bandit. Booty Barometer Boy. Big Bad Boo Boo Daddies.
I thought it was. Is it Blast Wave or Blast
Wave?
Blast Wind.
Barnabas Blastwind.
Blast
Yep.
Wind.
That
And
has
Sergeant
got to be
Seth
rough.
Crumley.
Yeah, God, those names are terrible. Blastwind, Mr. Blastwind. He who smelt it dealt it, Mr. Blastwind.
I guess. Well, okay. So who? I've refreshed my memory. The sergeant on the watch that we have dealt
Anders.
with. Anders, right?
Yeah.
I actually think I will pin my note to Sergeant Anders
All right.
and see and just let him know what I witnessed and for him to potentially investigate, or if he's got other information to send back. That would be appreciated.
All right. So you pin the note during the night. Miss Adrie, what are you up to?
I'm gonna get a long rest in. Because I assume we're going to this place for it only takes 4 hours. And I don't have to sleep during it. I don't know if you guys know that.
We had heard.
Because I assume we're going there.
Only rumors.
I don't know, as soon as everyone's rested up, or are we waiting until the morning?
As soon as I'm rested up, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, I'm gonna need the full 8, I'm afraid. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need my 14 hours.
look, I'm foregoing 6 of my normal 14. I'm keeping it to just a neat 8.
A neat 8.
A neat 8. An exact 8, as it were, because that's
I
what.
swear to God, that should be a T-shirt. A neat 8, just
neat
written on the
8.
front. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be pedantic here, but I'll keep it to a neat 8.
Yes. Not 8 minutes, not 10 minutes over, not 10 minutes short. A neat 8. So if that carries us over, I mean, well, okay. Technically, by the rules, I have to take 8 hours, so I don't. It's not my fault.
He's like, I'll have 8 on the rocks, please. Just throw some ice cubes in his bed.
Unless you're willing to somehow skirt the rules there for me, but no, I have to take an 8-hour rest if I want to earn the benefit of a long one, and I do because I got my butt kicked, and so I'd very much like to be able to heal back to normal. So,
I'll give him some of my what do we call it? What did we say we were gonna call it?
Armor sludge?
Armor sludge.
No, that's the other one. Armor sludge.
I don't remember.
I just gotta make up a name this time. I'll think of something.
Okay.
But I'll give you 2 casks, 2 little
You have to drink all of it.
Yeah, you do. You have to.
Okay.
I hope I'm supposed to take these orally. Jeez. Look how
Well,
big-
you take 1 orally and 1 on the other side.
Oh, okay. Is that how
And
I
then-
get
and
4
then
from
you
one,
do-
4 hours from one, and 4 hours from the other?
Yeah, and then you do
Okay.
the 3 Stooges spin. As we create a human centrifuge.
Yeah.
David, how close is Trollskull to the yawning portal?
That is some distance. Here, let me show you. I'll pull the map out.
There's this little star where it says you are here.
Trollskull Alley. All right, is up here in the northern part.
Okay.
Yawning Portal
Oh my god.
At the opposite ass end of town.
is down here.
Nice.
So
I mean, I've got at least 4 hours for rain.
yeah,
So
I mean you can make it.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna get like an Uber,
All right.
but I'll do that. I'll get my 4 hours, and then I'm gonna go to the yawning portal.
I didn't take
Okay.
any damage, so if you need someone to come with you, so you don't get kidnapped.
I'm not gonna get kidnapped.
Elves have been going missing.
We
Right.
took care of that,
Okay.
and they weren't being kidnapped. They were being murdered.
Oh, because
Just,
that's better.
Right. You're right. You know what?
Yeah.
Now that you said that, it totally puts my mind at ease. You're fine.
There's 2 knocks, or there's a knock at the door.
Well,
Have I
I'm
left?
asleep because she's the one.
Not
She's
yet.
the one who's awake.
Oh. I'm gonna look at the people.
You see a man standing out there or a halfling with a green bag, and you see a messenger's sash and cloak on him.
What time is it?
9-ish.
At night? Do
Yeah.
messengers normally run this late?
Not normally this far north.
I'm not going to open the door, but through the door, I'm going to say, what is it?
Sorry about the late call. I have a couple letters that were told to be strictly delivered. They just got in the docks today.
To who?
One is to Miss Adrie Leorden, and the other's to a Master Rain Trichet.
I'm going to insight this guy.
This is a bullshit. I didn't even get a letter. Bogus.
You may have already run the Publishers Clearinghouse.
I got a 12 on my insight.
You think you can tell he's pretty much being honest. I mean, there's nothing really.
All right. All right.
here's your package bomb. Don't mind the ticking, ma'am.
I'm gonna open the door.
We'll be trying to track you down about your car insurance.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you realize your warranty on your automobile is about to expire? Would you like to extend it?
Which pony?
He opens up the bag and hands you both letters.
Thanks.
Right up. Gets out. You see him jumps on a horse and takes off back down and heads off.
Close the door. Look at my letter. Does it say who it's from?
Yes. It says it's from the Ambassador Rislin Allenway of Silvermoon.
Ooh. I'm gonna open it.
You see it definitely full letterhead, fragrance to the letter, fragrance to the stationery. You definitely recognize your aunt's handwriting. Letter is, I hope this finds you well, niece. I'm coming to Waterdeep. We need to talk. I have a disturbing message from your father, and I cannot reach him.
Is this letter dated? Do I know?
It was dated about a week ago.
It was dated back in high school, but it wasn't really into the whole scene.
Okay.
Letter's 4 years old.
All right. Does the outside of Rain's letter say who it's from? Hold it up.
It says you know
read
on
inside
it.
of it.
I'm just going to remind you, young lady, there's going to be a voice that's just going to whisper through your head saying that it's a Watadavian offense to read somebody else's mail.
I'm just double checking to make sure this is addressed.
Going to go
to
find
you.
some dragon to try and steam the damn thing open for you so you can peek at
I'm
it.
an artificer. I can make something that'll do that. I
Oh,
don't
well,
need
excuse me. Okay, well then you're going to iron my letter open.
Actually, I could use my magical tinkering to make an object shed bright light, and then I can hold it behind the letter, and then try to read. That's what I'm gonna do.
I want you to do that so bad and then accidentally catch it on fire and then
It's
have
not-
to explain why.
It's shedding light. It's not on fire.
You've
I'm gonna-
destroyed my plot device.
I'm gonna set down my letter from my aunt, and I'm gonna take Rain's letter, and I'm gonna get just like a, I don't know, like a mug or something, and I'm gonna do my magical tinkering on it so it's shedding bright light, and I'm gonna hold it directly behind Rain's letter, and hold it up and see if I can read a little bit of it.
Jesus.
It says Donkey Dick Doug
How,
52 times.
how bright is this light?
It said it sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5.
All right.
I mean, if it's like a lot of writing that's been folded on itself, I'm not going to be able to really read anything. Adrie's just very.
I'm trying to
nosy.
see if it, because last we heard Kaeviir was looking at the thing, and you guys should be about the same room right now. I'm wondering if this would stir his attention or wake him up
He's probably
to
like
catch you in the middle of looking at
he's
somebody
probably,
else's mail.
in his basement.
Who?
He's in the basement.
You.
I don't sleep with my tubes.
He loves his tubes. He just doesn't love them.
Yeah. No, I'm like I said, my guy doesn't sleep nearly as much as everyone else, and I'm not wounded this time. So narratively, if I need to be awake for something, by all means. If not, then
So you can. I mean, kind of dozing in and out in the corner of your eye, you see Adrie with this bright light holding this letter up.
You know that's illegal.
What's illegal?
Looking at other people's mail.
I didn't open. It's illegal to open someone else's mail.
You're manufacturing a light behind it.
I
I
didn't open it. I'm not open.
You know, it's distinctions like this that play well in court.
Fine. Set Rain's letter down.
No, I wasn't telling you to stop doing it. I just wanted you to be aware of what you were doing.
I'm gonna pick Rain's letter back up and then try to.
Sons of bitches.
Peer pressure, isn't it? Peer pressure. How did you
Joke's
think
gonna
that
be-
was gonna go?
You can't really tell what's going on in it.
Mhm.
But on the bottom of it, it does say the law offices of Baldur's Gate.
9999999. Sorry.
Joke's on you. It's a dick drawing.
All right.
How you send them these days.
All right.
It's
Well,
just-
I guess
it's
I
just
will.
memes. There's a bunch of clipped out memes drawn on parchment. This seems suspicious that they would send these at 9 with a special courier.
It's a really good meme. It was worth sharing.
All right. All right. I will set Rain's unopened letter down on the bar. I'll be like, I can't really tell what it says.
You could get the ghost to look.
Just it's about to say you're putting it down not because it's the right thing to do, it's just because you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's the distinction we're going to draw here. Okay.
The ghost could go inside the letter.
I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask them that.
Oh,
I don't know. Did you ever?
The chalkboard writes across, yes.
I need you to take a look at this letter. Is that fair?
It wrote on the chalkboard. Do I tell the others what you do when they're not here?
What?
What do you? What?
What do I do when no one's here?
Oh, you do love your tubes.
I love at least one of them. It's hard to get tubes thick enough for Donkey Dick Dog. Sorry. I'm trying to make it difficult for Rachel to cut.
We know exactly what you're
Sprinkle,
doing.
sprinkle. Little donkey dick here, little donkey dick there.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. If I'm asked about it, I'm gonna tell him that I read your letter.
I was like, I guess. The letter gets picked up by L. He kind of moves and rotates and sets down. It writes from his brother.
Mm. That's fine. I don't need to know anymore.
All right. I'm gonna leave that on the bar. I'm gonna pick up the letter I got. Be like, I guess I'll be back later. We're doing this thing with Urstil in the morning, right?
Where are you headed?
Out.
Oh, where?
Go to the yawning portal.
Look for your dad.
No.
What's the yawning portal?
A lot of stuff. Don't you have to sleep?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna
Get a
follow
Uber.
her.
You're a coffee can full of pennies.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do it well, but I'm not gonna, like, we've had a lot of murders out here. I'm not just gonna let somebody walk off by themselves.
So you're just gonna leave Rain alone while he's asleep?
He's in the house with a ghost.
In a hand.
Fine. I'll stay with the hand and the ghost.
Okay.
Something awful's going to happen to me. I just know it. No, I don't. I'm asleep.
Here, sleep with this tube. It's,
All right.
It's sized for someone special.
Gonna wake up like Uncle Fester with thing on my chest staring at me.
Okay, well, I'll stay here and I'll kind of half doze.
As Adrie leaves, about 10 minutes passes of what you hear footsteps walking across the floor.
What do you mean I hear them?
You hear footsteps.
I'm going to immediately grab and throw my shield.
As you do, go ahead and give me a roll.
Attack roll.
Sure.
All right, Captain America.
19. Swear to God. Hold on. Plus, it's a 19 plus 3.
All right.
22.
It hits an invisible wall.
It hits an invisible what?
Wall.
Wall?
Yeah. Behind the invisible wall, you see yourself in a black and purple coat.
I'm gonna stand
Not
up.
not as built as you, both eyes. A little younger.
What are you doing here?
Came to talk.
Who are you coming here to talk to? I know it ain't me.
You. Otherwise, you wouldn't have heard me.
Say what you have to say.
I gotta ask about the chain thing. Out of all of, I don't know, yous, me's, you're the only one. And trust me, I've seen a few of us.
What do you need? What are you here for?
I'm here to find the way between the mirrors. But
He looks pretty observant, would I say?
yeah,
I'm going to look to the left of him. I'm going to look to the right of him, kind of like looking at his face from the side.
how'd you lose the eye?
I'm going to hold my thumb up, kind of like I'm getting a measurement like of his face. I'm not going to say anything to him.
He looks at you. I hate it when we get that old.
And I'm gonna lean a little closer to him. I'm gonna hold my thumb up and be like, I'd bet that one would fit.
Unless you want to summon your devil friend, I wouldn't try what you're thinking about.
I suggest you leave right now.
Can't say I didn't try to help you. Protect your friends, though.
I'm going to charge him.
All right. You run right through an illusion.
Ugh, of course I do. You know, I probably wouldn't have hit the illusion anyway.
It's like, come on.
I'm gonna look at my L. Where the fuck were you at?
I was like, on the board. I'm still trying to figure out which one's which.
What are you trying to say? All living look the same to you?
It's like, you're the same person.
I'm clear. I got a fucking patch over an eye. I'm going full Nick
Magic-wise.
Fury over here.
Magic-wise, you're the same.
I'm gonna go check through some of my medical books and see if I've ever seen. I don't even know what I'm like. What are the chances of a person looking exactly like another person? What are the spells or rituals that could make a person like doppelgangers, things like that? I want to look up. I'm doing my research about that, and while I'm doing that, I'm sitting right in front of the doorway with my back to the door. So if it opens or closes, or opens a window, it's gonna have to be in my perceptible range.
All right. He kind of just like watches you as you do your reading.
Who does?
The illusion.
Oh, he's still here. I thought he left.
No, the illusion's still sitting there.
You got something you want to say? Just say it. Otherwise, you're
I
just
asked
wasting
you.
your time.
I asked you. You didn't answer.
What'd you ask?
The chains.
It's none of your
You don't.
business. You know what? You can make a bargain and you can get them too.
No, I've seen people make bargains with the Dreadlords. I've seen what it does to them.
Oh yeah.
It destroyed my Adrie.
Oh. Wait.
Then I met another one. And then I realized there was more of us out there. Met another one of us. Now he had style. This whole armor thing, no. Him though. He killed me though. That motherfucker.
Didn't seem like you did a good job.
Oh no. If you lived as long as I have, you wouldn't stay dead either.
Well, this is really entertaining and I'm having a blast. I really am talking to you. But if you could get the fuck out of my house.
All right. You see, the illusion kind of disappears. And not kind of, it just fades out.
Okay. I don't like that so many people have had my face. I'm going to say that out loud.
Elle's like, you see on the writes on the board, how many people have had your face?
Apparently more than me. That's too many. Apparently someone saw me kill somebody and then I'm walking around in my own house talking to me and I have both eyes.
That's the one that she writes in the thing. That's the one that came out of the mirror.
Well, he wasn't
Right.
really here. He was,
This time.
Well, yeah, I wasn't here for the last one. Elle, we've got to come up with some kind of signal. Is there like a bell or something in this house that you can ring when I'm here and not here at the same time?
He writes, he duped my senses. We only knew he was here because he wanted us to.
This Kaeviir is not as I don't know, wise to these types of things. He's looking for purely physical means of duplication. He's not thinking about, extraplanar concepts.
Yeah. No, I know. It's weird talking Kaeviir to Kaeviir, though.
Well, yeah, that Kaeviir to this one's probably weird. This guy is like half Adrie, half Ragnik. He's got the honesty of original Adrie, with the bone density of
Ragnik.
Ragnik, yeah.
All right. So with Rain asleep, and nicely asleep, I'm not going to mess with. Adrie, what are you doing walking to the yawning portal at this time of night?
I'm getting an Uber. I'm not walking there.
Getting stabbed? What are you doing?
All right, so
I'm getting an
you
Uber.
fly down a carriage.
Yeah.
They
Fashionably murdered. Fashionably murdered. That's the term.
So
I'm gonna reread the letter from my aunt on the way there.
all right.
But yeah, I assume. I think the yawning portal is open 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't take long before you reach it.
I will head inside, and I'm looking for Victor, although knowing Victor, he's not just going to be, sitting at a table.
No.
And I get in there, he's sitting at a table.
Yeah, as you get in, you see the room's kind of empty. Few of the servers are moving around. I'm gonna mess this guy's name up. I really don't want to.
Dernan?
Yes, Dernan. He's kind of like half dozing behind the bar. Hasn't turned it in yet for the night.
I'm going to go up to the bar and say, hi.
Hi, Miss Adrie. How can I help you?
Can I just get like a glass of wine or something?
That'd be well. Pull it down. Put it on your father's tab, or are you gonna pay?
My dad's tab. Thank you.
Pours it and
My dad
slides
owns
it
a
over.
dealership.
I haven't seen him for a bit.
He's been busy. You know how he gets with projects.
Are we talking about the projects, or are we talking about his old life when your mother was around?
I don't know. What was he? What would you say the difference is between them?
Before your mother, God rest her soul, Ludo had like a drive, like one of those bards that would write stories of heroes. It's different. It's not like he sings the songs of the legends or sings the songs of epic tales. He plays drinking songs. He's shifted. He used to dance more.
Well, we all miss my mom.
Yeah. She was the only one that could make him sit still.
She was the best person of our family.
Best one I knew. No offense. You seem to take more after your dad than your mom these days.
I mean, 15 minutes ago, Adrie was trying to read someone else's mail, so she totally understands.
I was about to say. It's like,
So what brings you
Pot
down
and kettle.
this late at night?
Oh, just not tired, so I thought I'd come here.
All right. Well,
How have things been going here? You have a lot of adventurers heading to the dungeon, and she'll point over at the big
yeah, the
well
giant
to
hole in the ground,
yeah, the big hole in the ground.
the yawning portal to water to Under Mountain.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, we sent down a group earlier today.
Oh, you think they'll make it?
No, one of them's already come back. The other three were dead.
Oh,
I ran into Drow down there.
really? This close to the surface?
Oh, supposedly they slipped through. They found a portal, and they're like, "Hey, let's walk through it." Famous last words.
Huh.
Not sure where they ended up. They found some dead dwarves, crossed a little further, and ran into some Drow. Of course, man, the first two died. The second two came back running, and he thought the other one was behind him when he went through the portal to get back and realized he was alone and hoofed it back.
Huh.
He's over in the temple just getting healed up and patched up.
Is it anyone I know?
I don't think so. Party went down this morning a little before them. Haven't heard back yet. But we don't hear back from most of the parties that go down there.
Mm-hmm.
So Hollister's been pretty quiet as of late. Too quiet.
Well, if there's a sudden portal to the to a bunch of drow, maybe that's something he's been working on.
You never know.
Yeah.
Your brother was in here asking about Hollister lately.
When was that?
A couple days ago. Didn't know much. I mean, who does? I mean, everyone just knows the legends, but seemed really keen on about like how far down Hollister was. He's never asked about Hollister before, or Undermountain. Maybe he's getting an itch in his pants. I don't know.
Well, he's always eager to show off his magical abilities.
Heyo. He's got an itch in his pants. I know his nickname. Sorry.
So, good. It looks better with the haircut.
Yeah. Well, he needed it.
I think he grew a couple inches too, didn't he?
You know, humans grow they grow up so fast. It's really strange.
I forget how long you elves have to suffer through life.
Want to
He pours
borrow
you
my
another-
Cure CD?
He pours you another glass of wine.
Thank you.
How's that job going you guys did for old Volo?
Oh, it went great. Have you heard from him lately?
Damn fool went off to Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
Supposedly there's a goblin thing he wanted to look into.
well,
Yeah, I went there.
wish him luck.
You know Volo. He thinks he can do things. He writes a book about it and somebody else survives.
Also, out of character, Adrie still has Volo's ring that he gave them, I think in the first or second episode that we were supposed to show to Floon, and we never needed to, and then we never, and then she never mentioned it when we met up with Volo again.
Yeah, your mother's gonna be pissed.
So
Mail fraud,
she still has Volo's.
Stealing.
jewelry
And
theft.
steal, he gave it to me to hold on to for an indeterminate amount of time.
God. I'm the rogue, but
Why couldn't we
jeez.
swap Adrie's for this game and the other one? She would have been so much cooler to hang around. She would have been like, hey, that's not really thieving. I'm like, I know, right? It's second degree borrowing at best.
So I'll let you get back to cleaning up for the night or whatever. I'm gonna sit and enjoy my drink for a little while.
All right.
You're just gonna go find a spot that's maybe kind of secluded in the bar, and kind of look around. She's hoping that that Victor is here, and that if he's keeping an eye out, he'll see her and maybe send her a message or something like that.
She's sitting in the back of the bar like a goth girl playing LARP games.
I'm gonna do. Can I do an investigation to kind of see if there are any signs of Victor that maybe that my Victor has been here, or maybe he.
You're talking about Dragon Heist Victor?
Yeah, Dragon Heist Victor.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. 14.
You look around. You don't see anything that just screams out Victor.
Mhm.
Especially with the number of patrons that come through the yawning portal from time to time.
Yeah.
It's just there's not enough like evidence left over that he was around.
Well, I'll stay for a little bit. And then if I don't really notice anything, then as I start to leave, I'm going to ask Durnan if there have been any messages for me. Probably not.
For you, no, but for your father, yes.
I can hold on to those.
Break out the glow cup. Time to read people's mail.
Yeah, he reaches under, grabs the letter. Looks like the same one from your aunt.
How long
Almost
ago
same envelope.
How long ago did this come in?
It actually came in the ship port tonight.
Okay.
Little halfling dropped it off. I think he had about 3 others that matched the envelope with him when he was going through his bag.
Did he ask for directions or anything?
He asked where you've been and told him about the manor.
Mm-hmm.
And if he couldn't find you at the manor, you'd be at Trollskull. Then he asked about Victor. Possibly as another spot to deliver a letter, and God knows that kid's anywhere but Blackstaff half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him he dropped one letter here off for your dad, and then I'm assuming he went to the manor, then Trollskull, then probably to Blackstaff. And then there's this other letter for your father. Got dropped off a couple weeks ago. He kind of looks at it. I'm not sure he wants you to have this one, though.
Who's it from?
He kind of looks at you. How much do you know about what he did before? Or what he does when he's not barding here?
I want to Adrie also has the Harper pin that Ludo tossed to her.
Okay.
You could roll a sin sight.
So I want to maybe kind of like tap it on the bar and then like put it back in my pocket.
He pulls the letter up, hands it to you.
Does it say who it's from?
You just see a leaf imprint on the corner of the bottom of it.
Does that mean anything?
Harper.
Okay.
If you notice the pin you have, it's a leaf with a harp.
I don't know how long he's gonna be, so if this is important, maybe I can help.
He's
with
like,
it.
if you know about it, then he'll find you to get it, I guess.
All right. Well, yeah. If you see him, tell him I'd like to make sure he's okay.
All right.
I guess I'll go back to my quiet goth girl
LARPing corner
to read this letter.
All right. Which one?
The Harper one.
Wait.
Oh.
Harper LARPer? Sorry.
It's from Lady Silverhand. It appears in the letter you find out that your father is pretty much... He does what she needs done in the dark with the Harpers. So the High Lord of Waterdeep, your father acts pretty much as the shadow messenger. And he's missing. And she's trying to reach out because she hasn't even heard from him.
So it's just sort of a, where are you? Yes.
More of like, responsibilities are falling. You said you'd be gone, but this is pushing. Like now we're starting to worry. now, any longer we'll be sitting out parties looking for you. Kind of like this is pushing it, even for Ludo's antics.
Okay. And I'm gonna open the one from Rislin just to see if it says sort of the same thing.
It's written to your father.
Mhm.
Pretty much uses some elven war cries describing his behavior as erratic, and then there's something that picks up odd, and the question is, what do you mean you found her?
Nothing else?
Nope. Oh, and father still hates you.
Do I know how long it takes to travel from Silvery Moon to Waterdeep? I assume Adrie's probably like gone to visit a couple of times, so she would have a rough idea of
She could show up any day
any day. Okay.
if she wanted to. Within the week that these were sent, yes, you could probably guess she could be here the next day, or it could be a couple days. But the way they're written, she's coming. And Rain is still asleep.
I need my beauty sleep. We're not even gonna. We're not gonna mess with that.
All right.
My skin self moisturizes because I am a water genasi, but that still doesn't mean that I don't need to keep up the regimen to keep this beautiful face looking the way that it does. I need my 8 hours. Otherwise,
Right.
I get these droopy bags under my eyes, and with the blue skin, it's awful.
Yeah, it's the eye bags that's doing it.
He has to say pretty for that octopus.
Wait a
Whoa. Ayo. Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna stay a little while longer, just kind of looking for
All right.
Victor, but probably after a few hours when I think that it'll probably be about time for us to meet up, do our thing at the warehouse. I'm gonna head out to find another cab to take back to Trollskull.
All right. You make your way back to Trollskull. No issues. Kaeviir, it's pretty much quiet the rest of the night. You don't hear anything. Nothing speaks to you. You just kind of hear the tapping of the hand in the jar.
All right, I'm still staying up against the door. I don't trust it.
Okay.
That's where I'll sleep, like in a sitting position, my back against the front door. So if anyone tries to open it,
Like
they'll
me.
have to wake me up. Yeah.
All right. So now that's the question then. When Adrie comes back, is Adrie going to go through the front door downstairs, or is she going to take the back stairs and actually go up to the second story?
I'm gonna wait on the first floor because that's where we all tend to gather when we're planning. So
All right.
I'm gonna open the door.
She goes to open the door, and there's Kaeviir.
I'm just gonna
Hello?
step over him and go inside.
What are you talking? No, the door opens in.
Does it?
That's why I was sitting in front of it. If you open the door inward, I'm blocking the door.
Okay, you're blocking the door.
How would I block the door if it opened out?
I thought it was like to.
I would just be asleep and they could kill me.
I think you'd wake up when they opened the door and you fell over.
Anyway. Yeah, the door opens in like all houses ever made.
All right.
Kind of fucking weird cabin. Maybe she has French doors, like special elvish French doors. They're the fanciest of all doors. They open outward.
Nah, man, they're like Lamborghinis. They just go up and down.
They
Elvish
open
doors are-
sideways. Like a
Suicide
fucking
doors.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist. If you would like to support us, please check out our Patreon. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. We have different things there. Character journals, art, bloopers, stuff like that.
Our cast includes me as Dr. Kaeviir the Raven, Rachel as Adrie the Highborn Artificer, Nate as Rain Trichet, Dockside Officiant, and of course, D-Walk as Dr. Midnight, and everybody else in the game. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Dragon Heist, and we don't invoice in this group. We'll be back next week with more episodes, so stay tuned. All right, so once we start, we just kind of go with it. I don't really want to shit talk Rachel. I want her to think we're gonna shit talk her.
Uh-huh.
So when we're done with this, go ahead and be like, you can't wait to listen to this intro. You know, I'll be like, I don't know what he's talking about. She's gonna be real nervous. And if you want, you can clip this part out and put it at the end with us explaining how we got her.
Right.
I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job, but that would be funny.
It's not my job, so it's fine. I'm just filling in. I'm just a temp. I'm not even supposed to be here today.